Alright, witches, wizards, and curious muggles, let's talk about one of the new arrivals to Harry Potter Magic Awakened, the Memory Vial. You know, kinda like how Dumbledore stored memories to remember all the points that Snape took off Gryffindor in order to just give them all back at the end of the year. This one you'll use to help crush your opponents. So let's dive into what it does, why it's awesome, and how to use it without blowing yourself up in the process. Now, based on the description, it summons a Memory Vial to the arena when played, capturing your current movement card count and MP. If the vial remains intact for the designated duration, both your movement card count and MP will be fully restored to their recorded state. Memory vials of non-players will not affect the movement card count and MP of players. Successfully used memory vials are not considered defeated. Simple. You summon the memory vial, a glowing circle appears underneath it, ticking away like a magical egg timer. Once the timer's up, ding ding ding! Your MP and movement cards are fully restored to their earlier glory. And here's the con. If you mess this up and let the vial get destroyed, it's like your save file getting corrupted. All that planning, poof! You absolutely get nothing back, and you just wasted 5 MP. Now, which Echo is going to be BFFs with a memory vial? This card syncs well with Echoes that generally use summons, so Echoes like Newt Scamander, Bellatrix Lestrange, Neville Longbottom, and Rubius Hagrid. I mean, Bellatrix is also a caster, but there are some builds with her using a lot of summons. The reason for this is since the vial just sits there, totally defenseless, you might want to give it some backup, and summons are a great distraction from opponents' attacks. Now, as for cards, let's be real. Any card benefits from having more MP, but if you really want to make the most out of your memory vial, here's the plan. Stack your deck with high damage spells and powerful summons that you can fire off back to back once the vial triggers. Think Zou and Orb of Water. But, there's always a but, if the vial gets destroyed, your master plan falls apart faster than Hermione Granger can raise her hand and answer a question. If you're into a more movement-heavy strategy, combo it with cards like Bludger or Wing Catapult. The vial gives you enough movement to aim your attacks or keep chasing the bludger. Another way to maximize this card is to have lots of cards that you can spam in succession once the magic vial triggers. Having a more balanced MP cost pool in your deck also helps if the magic vial does get defeated. And if you're feeling a little extra, throw in some control cards like Howler or Inflatus. These bad boys will keep your opponent stunned and out of action while your vial powers up. And if you're still worried about your vial, which is very fragile, like my ego and sense of self-worth, you can also use creatures that can quickly go into your opponent's area and keep them distracted and occupied, like Monster Book of Monsters or Giant Squid. Then you also have your protection spells like Protego Tutelum, but be careful about using that too early. It might just make it a bigger target for spells like Confringo, then it's goodbye, Memory Vial. Unfortunately, your companions don't directly benefit from the Memory Vial because, spoiler, they don't need MP or movement cards. But that doesn't mean they can't help. Bring in the big hitters like Grok. He'll happily smack your opponents around while you focus on protecting your little magic vial. McGonagall's another great choice. She can transfigure enemy summons into harmless critters right before they trash your precious little vial. And Cassandra, she'll make sure no one gets too close for comfort. Now here's the deal when it comes to using the magic vial. You want to summon this vial when you've got max MP and as high as possible amount of movement cards. Then keep your enemies busy by summoning distractions or dropping attacks so they stay too occupied to mess with your vial. It's all about spamming powerful spells once the vial triggers, keeping the momentum going. Think of it as building up a grand finale where you unleash all of your tricks all at once. Sure, the memory vial might seem a little meh compared to cards like Death Eater because, let's be honest, Death Eater definitely sounds more menacing than a vial of liquid, but trust me, if you play this right, the memory vial can be your secret weapon for overwhelming your opponent. It's not just about getting your MP back, it's about timing, strategy, and maximizing what you can do with the MP that you get. So, next time you're building your deck, don't forget to slip in a memory vial and just see how much damage you can do when you have twice the MP to work with. Until next time, see you in the wizarding world.
All right, everyone, we're in this together now.
In Flame